We are about to find out the difference between USA and Nigeria with regards to legal procedures. Now, this is P. and this is Dangote. Now, let's start with USA. Now, P. is a very wealthy and influential person in the USA. Now, with everything that happens to him, his issues that got him apprehended by the police, anybody who doesn't understand or who doesn't know the story, you can check my previous videos and you're gonna find out how I explained PDD's issues. You know, so let me go ahead now. When PDD was apprehended by the police, you know, he tried to propose $50 million for bail, which was denied by the court. Now, let me tell you something. $50 million is more than the wealth of so many of your top celebrities. $50 million? Come on. He proposed that and it was denied by the court. You understand? And luckily for him, he was charged with five separate counts on which he was just guilty for two. So, like I said, anybody who doesn't understand the story or who haven't heard or who doesn't know the story of PDD, you can check my previous videos and you're going to find it there. Okay, now let's move to Nigeria. Okay, excuse me. Now, this is Dangote. He is the richest African. He is the richest man in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? Now, one of his truck crushed, a bike which involved a bike rider and a lady called Road. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about an accident. Now, now the first thing that happened is now when this truck hit the bike, the truck didn't stand. You know what I'm saying? While the victims were on the floor, the truck kept going. It didn't stand. That's the first thing. So it was thanks to a lecturer of the school that had to follow the truck and, did some tic tacs for it to pull over before the truck was taken to the police station. And now, guess what? When the truck got to the police station, the first thing, the number plate was removed. Damn. So, what's that telling you? They were trying to do some zigzag. Removing the number plates tells you they were trying to do some zigzag, like, trying to disappear the case or just let things, disappear, let things just, you know, get to nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But now, luckily, the victim, who is Ruth's sister, was somehow famous because she was part of the Big Brother Nigeria. You understand? And so she quickly got to Very Dark Man. So the sister, who is Fina, that's who was part of a Big Brother Nigeria, got to VDM and explained the story to Very Dark Black Man. Very Dark Black Man, who is the voice of the voiceless. The story got to him. And so through his platform, he started talking about it. He called out Dangote. He called out the whole company. He explained the situation to the world. When VDM speaks, the world shakes. When VDM speaks, no matter where you are, no matter where, no matter which pit you're inside, you're going to listen, you're going to hear it. VDM, the boss, when he does that, it happens like that. So it was all thanks to the Very Dark Black Man who spoke about it. And then these people knew that they couldn't hide no more. They couldn't do anything zigzag. You understand? That was when they came out, to express their knowledge about it. That was when they brought a press release. They brought out a press release acknowledging the accident. In the press release, explaining how they've got to the scene, explaining how they've got to the police station, explaining how they've got to the hospital and they've met the victim, you know what I'm saying? And they are wishing her a quick recovery and looking ahead to see how they are going to compensate her. Oh shit. When they talked about wishing her a quick recovery, oh damn. The girl's sister wasn't too cool about that. She had to react to that. And she was like, come on, you're wishing quick recovery to somebody whose one leg has already been amputated? Are you serious right now? You know what I'm saying? So we really have to thank very that black man. It was because of him that all of this happened. And after that, when he did, other influencers, they lent their voices. So there was some public kind of outcry. You know what I'm saying? Which everybody is appreciated. You understand what I'm saying? And so now here is the point. First, when this truck hit those guys, those people, the truck didn't stand. Now, secondly, the driver of the truck hasn't got a driver's license. You understand? Which means that the company is so much involved. Dangote is so much involved right here. Your driver doesn't got a driver's license and he's driving a whole truck, not even a little car, a truck. Damn, are you guys serious right now? So this is where I'm waiting to find out, and a whole lot of people are waiting to find out. Just for the fact that the driver doesn't got a driver's license means that he is supposed to be convicted. We are waiting to see if that's going to happen. And secondly, we are waiting to see if Dangote or the company is going to compensate that victim, that girl, correctly, as it's supposed to be done. Is going to compensate her in a way that is going to get the girl and the whole family, satisfied. And let me remind you of something. In their press release, the bike rider's name was not mentioned. So what does that got to tell you? Oh, only the girl's name was mentioned because her sister is kind of famous and influential. The bike man name was not mentioned in the press release. And that too, the girl's sister mentioned that and said, "Come on, man, why are you talking about the bike rider?" That was what Fina was asking them. Why you guys ain't talking about the bike rider? You know what I'm saying? And then third, we are waiting to see if the law is gonna take its course. That's where I say we are going to see the difference between USA and Nigeria. We're going to see if the law is going to take its course, like it was done for Diddy with all the money that he has and the influence, but the law still took its course. We are waiting to see if it's going to take its course with the case of Dangote here in Nigeria.